Survival myths are common, but some can be life-threatening if followed. Here are 15 survival tips, separating fact from fiction so you're well prepared in case of an emergency. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more essential tips. Myth: suck out the snake venom. Reality check. Attempting to suck out snake venom doesn't remove it and can make things worse by driving the venom deeper. Plus, it exposes you to potential bloodborne infections. What works? Keep the bite below heart level, stay calm, and avoid movement to slow the spread. Call for emergency help immediately, and resist using a tourniquet or ice, as these can worsen the injury. Myth: prioritize finding food over everything else. Reality check. While food seems important, you can survive for weeks without it, but only days without water or shelter. What works? Find water first. Dehydration is your primary concern in survival situations. Then focus on building a shelter to protect from exposure. Myth: drink water from cacti in the desert. Reality check. Many cacti contain toxic substances that can cause severe dehydration or illness. What works? In rare cases, you may find small amounts of drinkable water in barrel cacti, but the water can be dangerously bitter. Instead, seek out damp soil, or search for insects or plant indicators of nearby water. Myth: rubbing frostbite helps circulation. Reality check. Rubbing frostbitten areas can damage skin tissue further as ice crystals within the cells can tear them. What works? Warm frostbitten areas slowly with warm, not hot, water, or by holding them against another part of your body. Avoid walking on frostbitten feet, as this can worsen injury. Myth: play dead for all bears. Reality check. While playing dead may help with grizzly bears, it's the opposite for black bears, who may see this as a chance to attack. What works? For grizzly bears, play dead if they charge. For black bears, make yourself appear large, speak loudly, and back away slowly. Myth: drink alcohol to stay warm. Reality check. Alcohol dilates blood vessels, bringing blood to the skin's surface and causing rapid heat loss, making you colder. What works? Wear layers, stay dry, and find shelter. Avoid alcohol and instead drink warm, non-alcoholic fluids if possible. Myth: running from predators will save you. Reality check. Running often triggers a predator's chase instinct. What works? Stand your ground, make yourself appear larger, and back away slowly. Speak loudly or clap to deter them, and avoid eye contact with some animals like gorillas. Myth: start a fire to signal rescuers anytime. Reality check. Fires can be dangerous in dry, windy areas, risking wildfires. What works? In safe conditions, a fire can be a great signal. Pair it with reflective items like mirrors or bright-colored clothing to improve visibility. Myth: you can boil water just by adding hot stones. Reality check. Dropping stones in cold water can crack the container and may not reach a high enough temperature to purify it. What works? If you don't have fire or a container, collect morning dew using cloth or leaves, or use solar stills to condense drinkable water from plants. Myth: stay in your car if it's sinking. Reality check. A sinking car fills with water quickly, trapping you. What works? Act fast. Immediately unbuckle, open the window, and escape before the car fully submerges. If the car is already filling, wait until it equalizes with outside water pressure, then open the door. Myth: finding moss means you're heading north. Reality check. Moss can grow anywhere that's damp, not just on north-facing surfaces. What works? Use a map, compass, or even the position of the sun to navigate accurately. Avoid depending on natural features that are unpredictable. Myth: run in zigzags to evade alligators. Reality check. Alligators are fast in short bursts but not persistent. Zigzagging won't slow them down and could slow you. What works? Run in a straight line away from water. Alligators are more likely to lose interest once you're out of their immediate path. Myth: using mud or leaves as natural sunscreen. Reality check. Mud or leaves offer minimal UV protection, and dirty skin can lead to infection. What works? Cover skin with loose clothing and find shade when possible. Create shade using foliage if you're exposed in an open area. Myth: make a house out of your shelter. Reality check. Some people overbuild their shelter, exhausting themselves or using up vital energy. What works? Build a simple shelter just large enough to fit your body. This helps contain heat and protects you from the elements without wasting energy. Myth: always signal for help with movement. Reality check. Moving signals like waving can be missed by rescuers, especially from a distance. What works? Use brightly colored items or mirrors to reflect sunlight. Large stationary symbols like an SOS created from rocks or branches are easier for rescuers to see from the air. Bonus tip: the rule of threes. Reality check. To prioritize needs correctly, remember the rule of threes. You can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in extreme conditions, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Use this as your guide to set priorities. Stay safe and stay informed. Knowing what works and what doesn't could be the difference between life and death in a survival situation.